Okay, we are alive, Jan. If you didn't know.
Every day above ground is a day of success. is alive.
Exactly. Welcome to, for all you out there in YouTube land, welcome to Jan and Jeff number 31, I believe.
Okay. Well, how you doing?
I'm doing good. The sun's out.
Yeah.
It's a bit chilly, but
yeah.
Nothing frozen yet. But my garden is everything in my garden is up. It's just dirt right now.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. But the weather has been, it's quite mild down here a bit further south than you. But so I wanted to show you because I'm connecting from work. And I have this huge piece of cheese that we're selling. It's actually I don't even know how many kilos it's 8 kilos. But see, it's a huge piece of Swiss cheese. And we sell it for €8 the kilo. And so it comes to about 60 euros. But, you know, cheese is really expensive here. For all the cheeses that they have, it's still really expensive. But so we sell these huge chunks of cheese. It's just so much fun because you never get to have one, you know, where you just get to hold it. And but I'd have to find about 3 or 4 people to split it with. But and it's got all these big holes in it, so it's really a picture. Maybe I should send a picture and you can put it on your
picture. That's
but you know, talking about the big cheese, there's a big cheese guy at the University of Michigan. I don't know if he's a professor or what. I didn't quite get that clear, but it was on the news this week, and he did a study on how cheese is addictive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is an American who does a study on how cheese is addictive, and the group of people that he studied that ate cheese was 500 students. Now, we don't know if they're French students or American students or all combined, but the only thing we do with cheese in the States really is just melt it on stuff. I mean, we don't eat it, you know, normally in general.
I think that's changing a little bit. Well, our listeners in America can inform us. Is it?
Yeah, well, let us know what you do with cheese. But because this guy actually, and it made it to the French news. So on the French television, they were talking about this guy in Michigan and how cheese is addictive, and you can actually become addicted to it. And of course, the French just really, I mean, the whole news thing was about how that's a bunch of baloney because we're not addicted here. We just like to eat it.
And, we're not addicted. We like it.
We like to eat it, and we could quit at any moment. But when you see big pieces like this for €8 the kilo, then you you buy it. So we're out for good deals on cheese, and that's all I'll say about that. Anyway, we're going to be getting a lot more in during the holidays, so we get these full wheels. So I'll take some pictures because they're really good, and we've got a lot of raclette now, and the raclette's starting to get. Yeah, I don't know if people in the States really. I didn't know what a raclette was until I came here.
No, I didn't either. What I saw, and I had never seen before, at a fair here, you could buy a raclette sandwich.
Oh.
And yeah, they had actually, there was, if any of you understand, it's similar to fondue, but you melt the cheese. Normally, you're supposed to melt the cheese on the round. I think that's the traditional way to do it. But now we do it where you melt it onto this round, underneath this round heating type of thing. You put in these very small containers. The cheese is cut, and you melt it, and then you put it on whatever you want to eat. And they do a lot of different.
Yeah, well, it's just actually kind of a not a machine, but it's an appliance that you buy, and a lot of people have them in their homes, and they're little Teflon pans that you stick in between the 2 heaters, and it melts the cheese. And normally it's served with baked potatoes, pickles, olives, and all kinds of meats, different kinds of cold cuts. And
we saw it one time when I was in America with some other American people, and we saw we're working with a French organization, and we saw this thing. It looks like a frying pan. It was little,
Yeah.
and we're like, what the hell is that for? Is it for an
called
egg?
a raclette. Yeah, yeah. And the minute it gets cold here, and a lot of people invite family or friends for a raclette because it's real convivial to eat.
Yes.
Everybody's got their own little tray, but the raclette itself is a type of cheese.
It's a type of cheese, yeah.
It's a type of cheese.
How it's made. Actually, there's a farm where I live.
Yeah.
And it's mostly abundance cheese.
Oh, that is great. That is one of my favorites.
It's good cheese. It's not as expensive because it's not aged as long as Comté, but it's very simple. And I believe they make a raclette. I believe.
Okay. Could be.
And I believe that. But talking about the rounds, they have huge. If I wanted to, I could buy an entire round of this cheese.
You know, we had some here, and I didn't. And some lady bought it, and it was the last one. I didn't know it, or I would have bought it because the abundance is what we use in a fondue.
Right.
It's quite flavorful. It's quite good, and this is just a regular, typical Swiss cheese that most of us with Swiss cheese in France. Well, we do put it on the cheese plate, but it's a cheese that you buy a lot shredded because we put it on top of all the gratins, and the kids put it on all their stuff. But so this is really a cheese that we use a lot shredded. Yeah. But now I wanted to also mention, I got an email from someone who gets your newsletter and follows. I don't know if she follows us, but and I know her. She lives down here. Her name is Claire. And anyway, Claire sent me an email, and she said something about the next time Jeff is down this way visiting chocolate places, he'll have to come as far as Donzère, which is between her and I. It's quite a bit further south than where you were. But because we do have a little tiny cheese factory in a little village down this way. And they're starting to get quite popular. And anyway, her and I have been trying to get together. So I think what I'll do is try and set up a date where we meet at this little tiny chocolate factory and take some pictures and do some tastings, and maybe we can kind of promote them, and I'll give you the address if people are down this way. It's a lot smaller than Valrhona. Where you were in Tanla. Valrhona sells their chocolate around the world.
Yeah, so Valrhona is really high end. That's from my wife did did their chocolate school last week or the week before. Yeah.
And they sell their chocolate to they sell it in they're kind of a grossist, because they'll sell their chocolate to different patisseries and different people that make chocolate candy, and so they're kind of a grossist in that sense.
Wholesale.
But this is, pardon me?
A wholesale.
Yes, that's it. But so anyway, maybe before Christmas I'll get a chance to.
Hello? Jan?
It's a little place down here, so that's about,
Okay, I think we're having technical issues. I think we cut it off.
Yeah, you just kind of cut out. But that's all I really have to say is, chocolate and cheese. I mean,
what? You don't need anything else.
It's the weekend. I'll be eating both.
All right, Jan, take care.
I will. You too, and we'll see you next week, Jeff. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.